thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is ID Mind Media, Radio and Television. This is your humble host, Comrade Fritz Misodi. Today, I want to talk on the report about the BBC report just recently about the ongoing war in Ambazonian. So there are some points that I want to bring up that the BBC reporter brought up, and it's very important for some of us to understand. Okay, number one is the during the 8 year of the war, there has been a lot of issues about those people who own militias and those people who don't. Okay, the conflict in the southern Cameroon, we knew that it began in 2016, right? And rooted in the historical grievances that we all know. When the southern Cameroon was formerly a British administered UN trust territory, which joined the already independent French-speaking Republic of Cameroon in 1961 through a controversial plebiscite. Okay, so this root problem has not been resolved since when the southern Cameroon joined the French Cameroon in 1961. Today we see that aspect really creating problem, right? When we see that the southern Cameroonians have been marginalized, they have lost control of anything. Okay, and they look at it as assimilation. Okay, now but let's talk about the BBC report. Okay, the BBC reported very keenly about the emergence of pro-government militia during the crisis. We all know Minister Atanganji created his own boys called Atanganji Boys. They are the one involved in kidnapping, in all kinds of atrocities, and they will play safe. Okay, but this is what has been going on. So the BBC report was very clear there that the Ambazonian forces and Cameroon forces have been really on it. Okay, fighting for during this war period. But you have someone like John Ewome that the BBC also mentioned, and the BBC even asked him a question. Moja. Okay, he's one of those guys that has been arrested. That was pro-government guy. He was also pro-government in activities. Okay, the government supported him in all his activities, giving him that edge to commit crimes on innocent civilians. Today we heard that he has been locked up. He has been locked up because of all those atrocities that he was committing on our people. Another point that is very pertinent. Let me join this group. Sorry for that. Now, the next point was the escalation of the violence. The government of Cameroon make people understand that the violence has, instead the conflict has intensified with both the Ambazonian fighters and the government forces. They are, now in serious battles in different areas across, Ambazonia. If the government tell you that the crisis has been, or they say they just fractures of violence or whatever, but you can tell 2025, just this first 3 months of 2025 has been one of the bloodiest. Yes, and on behalf of the military, so we can see what happened there, right? Another point is the civilian caught in the crossfires. We know that the BBC reported this, but the BBC was so one-sided in this, showing people that they say, oh, it was a separatist that kidnapped them. But how many people are they? How many civilians are the La Republic military kill every single day? Think of it. If you wanna blame the separatists, no. Look at the military, Cameroon military. They are above the law. They commit a lot of crimes. And our people have been caught in this crossfire within this period. The destruction of infrastructure, we all know the Cameroon government of army has destroyed so many houses, burned even people alive. They have destroyed a lot of infrastructure that they cannot even build, because if they can build, they cannot be destroying infrastructures, right? Another point is the displacement. Okay, displacement. We know displacement. So we know, for that we all know, thousands of people have been displaced. The BBC reported it, and we know because we have refugees even now. Still, thousands of refugees are still in Nigeria. Okay, so because of the violence, they are made to go to Nigeria for safe haven, for their own security. But that is one important point that we have to know. Then the human rights violations that we all know, coming from torture, killing, and all this by the French Cameroon military. Okay, impact of education. Yes, the BBC reporter wrote had, at the beginning of the first half of the war. So people saw how the separatists blocked schools, but they were doing that on purpose so that the government should listen, or the government should go to negotiation. Yes. Okay, so calls for the economic decline is another very important point that we've seen, that the economy has declined a lot when it comes to Ambazonian. Okay, and even there in what's this? Let me see. Even though we see that if the Southern Cameroon people say, okay, they want this and that, the government of Cameroon does not understand that they know, of course, that the Southern Cameroon has more of the 90, almost 80 to 60, 70% of our revenue, of the government of Cameroon revenue, comes from Southern Cameroon. Okay, so if they talk of this country is rich, they do not do it statistically to know that this is to know. But at the end of the day, the economic decline has been due to okay. The other point is a call for dialogue. We know that the government of Cameroon has shied away from dialogue and negotiation along the years, and they went and did what they call a grand national dialogue. It did not work out, but the international community tell them that they need international mediation. Up to today, the Cameroon government has not adhered to that. Okay, they want to still keep shooting the guns. Well, yeah. So international attention to the crisis has been garnered also along the years. So we hope that with the international attention to the crisis, there can be some peaceful solution. Okay, we need some peaceful. Okay. Yeah. So those are some major points that I wanted to bring during the on the BBC report, just to make sure that those are the points that I made. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so a little bit tired. I'm from work, so I'll end for now. I'll get another show tomorrow so that we can catch up. Okay. Thank you for being there. Thank you